how to make Christmas slime the easy way, plus 3 ways to play with the slime that you just made. Hi, I'm Jamie, creator and owner of PreschoolSteam.com. I'm also co-author of the Amazon best-selling book, STEAM Kids, which is still available on Amazon. And today I am sharing with you my Christmas glittery slime recipe and how you can make slime the easy way. Now, you may or may not have experimented with slime before, and there definitely are a large variety of recipes, but we're going to share the exact steps of our foolproof recipe so that it will turn out right every single time. Now, I didn't always have this recipe, and so our first few attempts at making slime didn't always work out the best. But I'm going to share the best tips that we have learned along the way and how you can do it with your own students or children. Okay, now before we dive right into the recipe, I want to go ahead and share with you and give you a gift right off the bat. And that is, you will be able to download and print our basic slime recipe so that you can have it easy and on hand. Now, in order to get that, all you need to do is sign up with your email address, and then you will be delivered the printable recipe. So to get to that point, go ahead, go to PreschoolSteam.com, click on the glitter slime post, and then you will find that link in there. Now, I also will put a link in the comments below to make it super easy. So if you don't want to have to go searching for it, don't worry, I will put it in the links below, and then it will be super easy for you to find. Okay, now that we've gotten that taken care of, go ahead and tell me in the comments below if you have sometime in the last 5 years made slime with your students. So go ahead, type in the comments, and if you are rewatching this when we're not live, go ahead, still add into the comments. I love to see your comments and follow along with you. So even if you're not watching this live, go ahead, type in the comments if you have made slime with your students or children sometime in the last 5 years. Okay, now go ahead, type in if you have made slime with your students sometime in the last year. So in the last year, have you made slime with your students? All right, I can't wait to read these comments. And go ahead, has anyone made slime in the last week? Anyone? All right, let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's get started with our recipe. You only need a few simple materials. We're going to start with a bowl, a plastic spoon, except I'm using a fork today. It's all we had here in the house. And some water, glue, and liquid starch. Now for glue, I like to use the clear glue, which I stock up on when it's back to school time. Sometimes it is hard to find the clear glue though. You can use white glue, but you want to make sure it's the school glue. So the washable white school glue works very well too. And you also need liquid starch. Now, I have tried to make slime with other types of liquid starch, and they did not turn out as well. So I do recommend, I am not sponsored or in any way receiving money for this brand's liquid starch, but we do find we've had a lot of success in using this one. And we'll need water, and then also some food coloring and some glitter so we can make it sparkle. All right, so to get started, I'm going to put 1/4 cup of water and dump it straight into my bowl. And then I'm going to measure out and just dump in 1/4 cup of glue. So essentially it's 1-to-1 ratio. The 1/4 cup works really well for an individual serving. So if you are making this for a classroom, you may want to double the recipe, or if it's a large group of kids, even try 1 cup. But here is the big secret. And I learned this tip from our blogging friend, Sarah, over at Little Bins for Little Hands. She's the queen of all slime. So she definitely is a slime expert. And she taught me that you mix the glue and water first. So in my bowl, and yeah, my bowl wasn't clean. I did a little test run earlier this morning, just to make sure we had all the ingredients working, and I didn't clean the bowl. So if you're like, why does it look red already? That's why. Just haven't cleaned it yet. But you really want to stir well the glue and water first. Now, as you're creating the slime, one way to make this a STEAM activity with your students is by asking them questions along the way, asking them what they think or what they think may happen. So before you even start, you can actually begin by asking, how do you think slime is made? And then as you talk about the different ingredients, you can say, what do you think will happen? Okay, so now I have my glue and water mixed pretty well. And then this is where you're going to add your food coloring. And I'm just going to add about 5 to 7 drops. And I'll be honest, I don't really count. Just kind of squeeze a bunch in there. Also, liquid watercolors also works. So if you don't have, or if you can't use food dye, liquid watercolors also works. So now we have a nice deep red. And here's the sparkle part. You're going to go ahead and add your glitter and just shake in the glitter. My 5-year-old, she loves this part of just shaking in the glitter. Then keep stirring, and you want to make sure that you have it all mixed well. Okay, so now we have our glue, water, the red food dye, and glitter all mixed together. Now we're going to add the liquid starch and really watch the magic happen. So this is definitely a great spot where you can ask your students or preschooler to predict what they think will happen. So I have measured out 1/4 cup of the liquid starch. So once again, it's a 1:1:1 ratio. So we're using the same amount of water and glue and then the same amount of liquid starch. So I'm gonna try to pour this in and show you at the same time. I'm not sure if that's working, but well, I'm not sure if you can see there. But then we're going to start to stir, and you can see immediately it starts to clump up and the slime starts to form. Now, the science behind this is your 2 materials, the glue and the liquid starch, are combining together to create a new type of substance. And the actual science word is a fluid non-Newtonian, that's a big word, a non-Newtonian fluid, where it has properties of a liquid and a solid. So that is, and we wrote all about the science behind it in the activity post. So if you want to look up and research more about that, we have that information in the post. So you can see already it's starting to clump together like slime. Now you can immediately put your hands in and start kneading it, but we have found it's actually best to let the slime rest a little bit. So we tend to put it aside and go do something else and then come back, and then the slime has had time to set, and then it's really, and that works best if you have those students that don't like to maybe get dirty or messy. That will help with that. But it is possible to reach right in, and like I said, you want to knead it for a little bit, just smush it all around, but you'll notice it is a little sticky at first. That's where you keep kneading it, but if you let it sit for a while, that will take care of that. But I know when you're working with young children though, they like to dive right in. So if that's the case, go ahead, let them knead away, and it's always good to have a little towel or wipe. And once the slime has set though, then you won't even need that. So let me go ahead and show you, because we have some here. Whoa, as the camera knocks over. Okay. Let's readjust there. Sorry about that. Okay, didn't mean to knock the camera over. But I did want to show you, we do have some slime that is all ready. This has been sitting for about 20 minutes, and so you can see it's ready to go. It is not coming off on my hands, so it makes it a real fun sensory activity for preschoolers. So they can explore the touch of how it can drip and fall and gravity can pull it, but yet it doesn't really leave a mess. And so you can find out if their predictions of what they thought was going to happen actually happened. Okay, so that is the basic recipe, and you can adapt that to adding in other types of glitter. Oh, one thing, if you want a shortcut, you can actually even use glitter glue. So this is glue with glitter already in it. This works really well too. Now, once you have the slime, what are you going to do with it? Obviously, open exploration is always the first thing. You want your students to get their hands in there, play with it, feel with it, touch with it, listen and observe what words they use to describe, how does it feel, what they think will happen when they do certain things. Now, some fun activities you can do to extend it after open exploration is by using plastic cookie cutters, and they can actually press into it and make different shapes and indentations into the slime. So pairing it just with open cookie cutters. Another activity, and I'm gonna, sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Is making a slime Christmas tree. So here we have made some green slime, and this slime was made with our glitter glue. And we used a paper plate to make a cone Christmas tree shape, and we just literally put the blob of slime on the top of the tree. And gravity is pulling the slime down, and it's expanding to go along the tree. And then you can actually have students little gems or different jewels and decorate the slime Christmas tree. You could even balance a plastic star on top. And then using those fine motor skills, they can actually take out the beads and jewels from the tree. So that's a great kind of fine motor way to extend the activity as well. And the third way I want to show you that you can play with some Sparkle Christmas slime is being inspired by candy canes. So here we have some of our red glitter slime, and then we made some slime with just using white glue. So we didn't add any glitter or color to it. It's just white. And so seeing if we can take part of the white and part of the red, and seeing, can we actually twist? What happens when we twist and try to make a slime candy cane? And then you can observe what happens. Do they actually mix together? What does happen with the two different colors? So that is a whole nother way to explore and play with slime as well. Okay, so I've gone over a lot of information. If you missed any of it, go ahead. At the beginning of this video, I shared the link of where you can find all our written directions. So our written directions and also our free gift of the printable slime recipe. As I said, I mentioned in the beginning of the video of where you can find that. So go ahead, take a listen if you joined us halfway through or rewatching this a little bit later. And in the comments below, I would love to end it with, tell me your favorite way to play with slime. What do you like to do with your students and engaging in different slime activities? So share with your favorites so that we can all learn and be inspired from each other. And because we're talking about Christmas activities, I just want to mention our STEAM Kids Christmas book is still available. You can get a printed copy on Amazon, or you can purchase a digital copy, and I will go ahead and put that link in the comments below as well. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope to inspire you to do more STEAM activities with your own students or children. And thanks for watching.